Do you know the three biggest mistakes home sellers are making right now? I'm going to explain each one of them with you next so you can avoid them if you're thinking about putting your home on the market. If you like what you hear or you get some value out of this, make sure to hit the subscribe button, click on the bell for notifications, and if you want to schedule a call with our team to talk about your real estate needs, you can do that with the link in the comments. So, I'm constantly following the market, seeing what's working, what's not. I've sold hundreds of homes in my career that other agents could not. So I've seen the mistakes that get made, and there are three of them that stick out that will hurt sellers' bottom line, will hurt your net proceeds, and the ability to sell the home in general. And here they are. Not in any particular order. Here's the three. Number one, just having the home pop up on the MLS with no sort of pre-launch campaign. This is a missed opportunity. We know statistically that the end of the week, Friday in particular, is the best day to start showings. And a lot of agents, they just think the home's going to sell itself. They don't put any legwork into it. They have a 3-point plan where they put it on the internet, they put a sign up, and they just wait for somebody to show up. And that can be a crippling plan for sellers. So a pre-launch plan, what that does, it alerts other agents. It alerts buyers themselves. There's a ramp-up period. Potential buyers, potential purchasers are going to know when the home's hitting the market, and they can plan around it so they can schedule time to go see the property. This should be, in my view, at least 7 days. 7's kind of the optimal number. Buyers start to get frustrated when it takes a little longer than that to go see the home. So if you don't have a pre-launch plan, that can be something that is going to slow down your traffic. I would also make sure you're launching on the proper date as part of that plan. Launching on a Tuesday or a Wednesday when people have school, have activities, they're working. There's a lot of things that go on. That's why the end of the week statistically is the best day to do that. The pre-launch plan, in my view, should include some aggressive open houses, should include digital online marketing, offline marketing to local buyers, to other agents. It can be all encompassing. Not having that launch plan and just popping up on the MLS, well, maybe the buyer who's willing to pay you the most money doesn't see it because there's not a strong enough marketing push. And some people are going to say, well, everything goes on in the MLS. Sure, but if they don't have time to get out there and know the home's coming to the market, some people can't adjust their schedules at the last minute. So that's big mistake number one. Big mistake number two, the lack of video, the lack of professional photos, and the lack of proper details in the listing. I can't tell you how many times we see homes listed without room dimensions, without a video, right? We know that video works in a couple different ways. It shows off the floor plan of the home. It helps the home appear higher in search results, in search engines like Google and Bing. Those things like video. Bad photos may give a bad first impression of the house because the first sale that really has to get made is someone from viewing the home online to get out of their house, to get off their tablet, their phone, their computer, and into the property. So if your agent is not making the proper investment in media and making sure all the details are very clear, is the listing description detailed enough? Are there room dimensions posted? Is it very clear the most important features of the home? Is that obvious to a home buyer? The lack of attention to detail and lack of professional photography and lack of video is another thing that can give the wrong first impression of your property to potential purchasers. And we know that first impressions are super, super critical. And mistake number three, not researching the agent in depth enough. And I say this because we make it a practice to send out our resume, our reviews, the marketing plan to sellers all in advance. Over 70% of sellers, they hire the first agent they meet with. And this isn't a bad thing if the agent's given you all their qualifications. The agent has educated you about what's going on in the market. The problem is home sellers don't know what's supposed to be included in a marketing plan. They don't know what's included in a market analysis. And if you're not researching how many homes your agent has sold, how many homes their team has sold, what their sales track record is, then there's a missed opportunity there. And you may not be getting the best possible agent to help you sell the home. And then obviously the interview process is equally important because you want to make sure you feel like you can click with that particular agent. You want to feel confident in working together with that person. So if you're a home seller, avoid these three things. Ask these questions. What's your pre-launch plan? What's your video and photography plan? How detailed is the listing going to be? And tell me a little bit more about your experience and track record. Those three questions will help you as a seller avoid these mistakes that folks make time and time again.